Welcome back all of you. We have completed operators and now we know all the types of operators that is there, right? All the 8 types. And we have done in-depth, knowledge of what operators were, all the different types of operators. So we are good to go now. We are good to go to actually put our hands on the practical. So in this particular session, we will be practicing a lot of problems and we'll be solving them. We'll be practicing a lot of problems and we'll be solving them together. Okay, so we'll be catering 2 to 3 questions, beginning questions for Java, and we'll first do it on the board and then we will go and compile it in our using our command prompt. Okay, that sounds great, right? Amazing. So let us see our question 1. Okay, let us see our question number 1. So question number 1 is write a program, okay, to find the mass of the body, if, okay, to find the mass of the body if your force and acceleration is 35 and 40 respectively. Okay, if your force and acceleration is 35 and 40, find the mass of the body, and we are given a formula. So mass is equals to force multiplied by acceleration. Okay, now the formula might be wrong, might be right, we have nothing to do with that. What are we being provided? A simple formula, and we'll be using this formula and we'll be doing the code. Okay, so what is the question? We have to first analyze. Whenever we write a program, we have to analyze the question first. Okay, once we analyze the question, only then our mind gives us adequate logic to solve the problem. So what is the problem here? What does the question say? We have to see again, and we will write it down here in this area in box. Okay, so what do we have to do? We have to find the mass. Okay, so we have to find the mass, and what have we been provided with? Force is equals to 35 and acceleration is equals to 40, and we have been given a formula that is here. M is equals to F multiplied by ACC. So these are, are details that has been provided to us, and what we have to do? We have to find the mass of the body. Okay, so let us quickly do this question. So yes, let us again understand what details have been. We have force is equals to 35, acceleration is equals to 40, and we have a formula. M is equals to F multiplied by acceleration. So now let us start our coding. Okay, first what are we going to do? We have to create a class, right? And let us say our class is mass. Okay, so I'm going to give the name mass itself to our class. Then what I'm doing, after giving the name to the class, I'm creating a separator for my class and my main function, and then I'm going to write the main function, that is public static void main, and inside bracket I have the string array type argument. Okay, I have string array type argument, and now I'm creating another separator. For my main function. So here I'll just use integer because the values that has been assigned to us are in integer. So I'll just use int. I'll create M first for mass. Okay, F, and I'll assign it 35, and I'll assign acceleration ACC and I'll give it a value 40, and I'll use the semicolon. Okay, so here my first statement ends. Now I move on to the next statement, okay, where I will actually assign the value to M. So M is equals to F multiplied by A, okay, ACC. Simple, right? And last but not the least, what I'm going to do, system dot out dot print, okay, system dot out dot print Inside the double quotes, I'll have mass is equals to, I'll close the double quotes, and I'm using this plus operator. So always remember, if you have multiple things that you want to print in your single system.out.print line, you can differentiate each things with the help of plus operator. Okay, so this plus operator does nothing but it signifies that this is a different content and this is a different content, and you have to merge them. Okay, fine. So this is what our code will look like, and then we'll close our main function and we'll close our class. We'll close our main function and we will close our class. So this is how you can do your programming in Java. Okay, you can do your programming in Java. So I had the class, I have the main function, okay, I have all the details that my questions were telling me, and now I have successfully created a program which finds the mass of the body if the force is 35 and acceleration is 45. So here what am I doing? Directly into F and acceleration is getting multiplied and storing where? In M, right? It's storing in M, and we are just printing it. We are just printing it. So this is the first question for all of you. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, so now all of you can see the next question in the screen or in the board. Okay, write a program. Okay, write a program to find. Okay, I missed to find. Let us add it here quickly. Write a program to find simple interest. What do you need to find? You need to find the simple interest for 6 years. Okay, when the principal amount, okay, for 6 years, when the principal amount is 50,000, deposited at the rate of 12%. Deposited at the rate of 12%, and we have a formula for this. What is that formula? SI is equal to, simple interest is equal to P into R into T whole divided by 100. Okay, principal amount multiplied by rate multiplied by time in years divided by 100 whole divided by 100 is your simple interest. Now, what is the question demanding here? We need to find the simple interest when time is 6 years, principal amount is 50,000 and it is deposited at the rate of 12%. So we have P, we have R, we have T, okay, we have principal, we have rate of interest, we have time, okay. Now using this formula we can solve our problem. Using the formula we can solve our problem. So let us quickly solve this question. Okay, so let us analyze what details we have. We have details like principal amount, right? We have principal amount, that is 50,000. We have rate of interest, that is 12%, and we have time in years, right? That is 6 years. That is 6 years. What do we need to do? We need to find the simple interest using the formula. Okay, we have to find the simple interest using the formula P into R into T whole divided by 100. So let us quickly solve this as well. Okay, so I'm going to divide it in this form. So here we have our class. Okay, let's make it simple. Class simple. Give the separator. Then I'll have my main function, public static void main, and in bracket I have string args. Okay, in bracket I have string args. Then we come to the next line. Now here I'll specify all in float. Okay, I'll specify all of that in float because anyhow we are using the percentage sign. So we may get, our output in decimal, may get, okay, not a necessity, but you may get it. Okay, so I'll take float. Okay, I'll take float. Inside float, first I'll create variables. Okay, and let us say I have given SI to find the simple interest. Okay, I have given P as 50,000. I have given R as 12. Okay, and I'll end it here because I don't have much time, much place to write. And another way, you can write it in the single line also. I'll give time as 12. Sorry, not 12. Time is 6. Okay, so I've specified everything here. And now let us find the simple interest. Okay, let us find the simple interest. So SI is equal to P into R into T whole divided by 100, right? And you can lastly print system dot out dot print. Okay, you can write simple interest is equal to plus SI, and here you can close it. You can close your main function and you can close your class. So this will give you an output of what your simple interest will be. So what have we done here? We have created SI in float, initialized P, principal amount to be 50,000, rate to be 12, time to be 6, and we had directly used the formula and we are just printing SI. We are just printing simple interest. So this is how you can get it done. Now there are 2 to 3 ways in which you can do this. Let me show you. Okay, let me show you. So I can erase this float completely. Okay, and I can erase this SI also, and in place of SI what I can do, I can write T is equals to 6. Okay, and here I can directly create float SI. Okay, one way of view that you can do it. Otherwise what I'm gonna do, I'll remove the entire second statement and I'll write float here. Float SI, dynamically it will take the value and get it printed. Dynamically it will take the value and it will print it. You can also do that without even taking SI value. You can directly put the entire statement here and it will get executed. Okay, so but this is an easier way, few shortcuts which you'll learn by time. So this is how you'll get your output. Okay, don't worry, we'll do it on hands-on as well. Now let's move on to the next question. So let us see this question, what it says. Okay, write a program to find the net salary and the gross salary. So what do you have to find? You have to find the net salary and you have to find the gross salary. Let us make it here in this box. What is that you need to do is you need to find the gross salary and you need to find the net salary. Okay, and use the following formula. Okay, that is here, all of that, and do find the net salary and the gross salary. Now this is important. This is an information that has been provided. Let your basic salary be 50,000. So what is your basic salary? It is 50,000. Okay, now we have been given this 6 formulas. Okay, so first is your DA, daily allowance. It is 7.55% of basic salary. What is it? 7.5% of BS. Okay, 7.5% of your basic salary. Then you have HRA. HRA is how much? 8.55%. Okay, it's 8.55% of BS. Okay, then you have PF, Provident Fund we call it. You have 10.5% of your basic salary, and you have FA. Okay, food allowance, that is your 8.2% of your basic salary, and all these comprises into your basic salary. Okay, now with all these details, what you need to do, you have to find the gross salary and the net salary. Now what is your gross salary? HRA plus DA plus FA plus BS, that is your basic salary. And what is the net salary? Gross salary minus provident fund is your net salary. Okay, is your net salary. So these details have been given, and using these details we need to write a code to find the net salary and the base gross salary if your basic salary is 50,000. Okay, so let's quickly do it. Now, in this question, we'll understand 2 to 3 important things. Okay, firstly, let us start coding. So I'm going to write from this section. Class, let us say the name of my class would be salary, and I'm opening the separator. Okay, I'm opening the separator for the class, and I'm giving here my main function, public static void main. Okay, and here comes string args. Okay, and then I open my main function. Now you might tell me, since everything is there, we can take it in float, we can take it in double, but I would suggest you to take it in double. The reason is because we have a lot of percentages here that we have to calculate. So in that scenario, this becomes easier and the system takes it more easily and conveniently. Okay, so let's say we have double everything. We have double for everything. Okay, let's say BS for your basic salary. Let's say it is 50,000. Then we have your rest everything. You have to just write it down: HRA, DA, FA, PF, GS and NS. Okay, now we have only been provided one value, that is BS is 50,000. Rest we have to find the HRA, the DA, the FA, the PF, GS, NS. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is here I'll first start with HRA and all, because first I need to find all of these, and only then I'll be able to find the gross salary and the net salary. Correct? I have to think in that way. What is important? What has to be done first, and then you can move ahead. So HRA is equals to, okay, HRA is 8.55%. So 8.55, okay, multiplied by your basic salary whole divided by your 100 is something that gives you the percentage. Correct? 8.55% of what? Of basic salary. Okay, then we have DA. So for DA, again I'm going to use the same formula, that is 7.5%. 7.5 multiplied by BS whole divided by 100. Similarly for PF, that is 10.5 whole multiplied by basic salary whole divided by 100. And last but not the least, we have food allowance, that is FA, which is 8.2, okay, multiplied by basic salary whole divided by 100. Now I have calculated my HRA, DA, okay, my PF, my FA. I have done everything. So now what I need to do, I need to find the gross salary first. That is my GS. Okay, that is my GS. So my gross salary is what? HRA plus DA plus PF plus, okay, not PF, sorry, that's my mistake, plus FA plus basic salary. So if you add all of these, you get your gross salary, right? HRA plus DA plus FA plus basic salary. HRA plus DA plus FA plus basic salary. Now since I have my gross salary, I can find my net salary. What is my net salary gonna be? My net salary will be gross salary minus PF. Correct? So until here, I have got everything. I have got everything, right? Now all you need to do is just write the printing command. Just write the printing command. So the continuation is here. So we have system.out.print. Okay, we have system.out.print. First we have to print the gross salary, right? The gross salary GS is equal to plus GS, and I close this. GS is equals to plus GS, and I closed it. This is one single line. Okay, now this is my first. Now you might say, okay, I can continue in the same printing line only using the plus operator. I can move ahead, okay, and I can write the net salary and I can print the net salary as well. Okay, but I'll not do that. I'll try to create a new line. Now how to create a new line is by this word ln. So after your system.out.print, okay, in this print section, all you need to do is write print ln all together. So if you write print ln, this will first print this and then create a new line. So once it creates the new line, I can go down and I can print my net salary. Net salary is equals to plus ns. So here I'll close my main function and I'll close my class, and yes, we have done this successfully. So this is all about this. Please understand this ln part. This is important. If you want to create a new line, we use ln. Okay, we use ln after system system.out.print ln. There is no space in between. It's in all together, and that's how we do our code in such way. So we have to understand the question and then we have to move ahead. So don't worry, we will do hands-on to this. So in the previous sessions we had taken multiple questions. We had taken 3 questions and we had done the programming in the board, and we understood how to write a code and what is important. So let me tell you again, what is important is to understand what the question is or what the requirement is. Now that also helps you when you are in your corporate line, when you are in your job sector, and that also you have to understand logically what is the client requirement, and only then you will be able to solve your problems, correct? So we will be doing this a lot of hands-on practice, and yes, if all of you can see in this screen, we are now going to start off with the hands-on. Okay, so if you can see in the screen, what is happening is that I'm creating a notepad first. I'm like opening the notepad. Okay, yes, here is my notepad. Okay, and let's start with the first question. So do you remember what the question was? It is about the mass, to find the mass of the body. Okay, so public static void main, right, void main, and then we have the string array argument args. Okay, close it, and we are good to go with this, and we open our main function separator. Now here int m for mass comma f is equals to 35, it was, right? Okay, it's been double f is equals to 35, and we had acceleration is equals to 40, correct? We have acceleration is equals to 40, and next line what we were doing, m is equal to f multiplied by acceleration, the formula, right? And last but not the least, system.out.print. okay, what were we printing? We were printing mass is equal to plus m. Okay, and I'll just give a small space here as well. Perfect. So here also I have to put the semicolon, and we are done. So here we close our main function, and here we close our class. Okay, here we close our main function, and here we close our class. Now whenever you save the file, I've told you previously, save it with anything, any name, but here I'm going to use the class name only. So let's make it mass.java, and it should be all files below, not just text files. So I'm going to save it in my desktop itself, and yes, if you can see here, I get my mass. Okay, I get the mass here. So now I'm going to go to command prompt. Okay, I'm going to go to command prompt, and in the command prompt, what I'm going to do, since my file is in desktop, first I'll go to desktop. Okay, first I'm going to go to desktop. Once I'm in desktop, what I'm going to do, I'm going to compile this file, javac mass.java. Okay, mass.java. I'm compiling this mass.java file. Since it's compiled, if you can see, this mass.class has been created. Now with the help of this Java and just mass, I am going to get the output, that is mass is equals to 1400. If all of you can see this, right, mass is equals to 1400. So this is how you do your coding. Okay, this is how you do your coding. So what are we waiting for? We can move on to the next question, right? So again, what am I going to do? I'm going to open my notepad. I'm going to open my notepad and I'll write the second question. Second question was, if you remember, to find the simple interest, right? So I'll put class, and I'll make the name of my class simple, because I don't like complicated things. Anyway, so class simple, and then the main function public static, okay, public static void main, and here we have string args. Okay, so once it's also done, we have the other separator for the main function, and now we are good to go. So here I'm using float, here I'm using float. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to directly initialize float. Principal amount is equal to 50,000, right? Then we have rate is equal to 12%, and we have time is equals to 6 years. Okay, we have time is equals to 6 years. Now this is one thing, and also I'm going to create another variable also, that is SI for simple interest. Okay, this is done. Now in the next line what I'm going to do, SI is equal to PRT. First I'll write, and then I'll insert the multiplication sign in between. PRT whole divided by 100, right? So this is my formula. And now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to print it, system dot out dot print. Okay, what I'm to print, inside here I'll write simple interest. Okay, I'll write simple interest is equal to plus SI. Isn't that quite simple? And that's it. Close the main function, close the class. So we have created float P50, we have given the principal amount 50,000, we have given the rate 12, we have given the time 6, and created SI also as a variable. And what I'm doing, I'm multiplying P into R into T and then dividing it by 100. So this will give me simple interest, that interest I'm going to earn from the bank for my 50,000 principal amount for the time of 6 years. Okay, so as again I'm going to go to save as, I'll write it simple.java, and I'm going to make it all files, and I'm going to save it in the desktop itself. So now I have a simple file here. So let's go back to my command prompt, and here, since I'm already in desktop, okay, what I'm going to do is javac simple.java. Okay, now this will create a class for me, and then I'm going to use Java and simple, and yes, if you can see here I get the output in decimal .0, 36,000. If we can see this in the screen, simple interest is equal to 36,000.0. Now the reason it is coming in .0, because simple interest was also a variable which was taken in float. The variable was taken in float. Okay, now let's come and do the main question, that's the third question. Okay, so now let us go to the third question. Okay, let us go to the third question. So I'm gonna create like a new code. I'm gonna go to new notepad and I'll start coding. So if you remember the third question, it was about to find your salary. So let's create the class salary. Okay, and yeah, now the main function public static, okay, public static void main. Okay, and we have string array type argument args, correct? So until here we are good to go. Now we had taken things in double, correct? In double, so we had double the first the basic salary BS is equals to basic salary was 50,000. Okay, and we had to mention everything, the HRA, the DA, right? HRA, DA, FA, PF, okay, PF, and then we had the gross salary and we had the net salary to find. So if you now just see here, if you see here, what are we going to do? First we'll find the HRA, DA, PFA and PF. Okay, so what was HRA? If you see HRA, okay, so since I've done it, all I need to do is go again and save it. Okay, save as salary dot java. Okay, salary dot java, and here we all know it, all files. So I'm just gonna save it, and yes, it is saved. So here if you see, I have my Java file, and I'm just need to go to command prompt, which is already here. I just need to go to the command prompt, and yes, again we go back to desktop, okay, and Java C, okay, salary, okay, not salary, salary dot java, okay, and yes, it's compiled, and now we have to do Java salary. And if you see, you get your gross salary as 62,150 and your net salary is 56,900. So this is what you're going to get in your hands if you see the output. Now the best part is both the output are on the next line, right? Gross salary and next line. Now that is because of the ln part that we used. That means next line. Okay, so having fun? I knew it. So I have two bonus questions for you which we'll directly solve here. Okay, we'll see the question and we'll solve it here. Yeah, so now what we are going to do, we'll have two bonus questions. Okay, so let me first create a new notepad where we'll have the questions, and looking at that questions, we'll do the thing one. Okay, let's make question one. If all of you can see, let me just expand it. Yeah, so I'm having question one. Okay, question one. So what is the question is, just a second, let me bring it a little down so that all of you can see this. Okay, yeah, the question is nothing but, okay, write a program to convert, okay, write a program to convert Fahrenheit into centigrade or Celsius. Okay, centigrade or Celsius, and we have a formula for this. Okay, the formula is equal to, okay, the formula is equal to, let's say, in the next line, okay, C is equal to F minus 32. Now F here is nothing but Fahrenheit, so centigrade is equal to Fahrenheit minus 32, okay, multiplied by whole, okay, multiplied by whole 5 divided by 9, okay, multiplied by whole 5 divided by 9. So guys, again I'm telling you, the formula might be incorrect, but anyway, this is what we've got. So we'll be doing the code here only, and then later on we'll remove the question itself. Okay, so we have class, okay, let's say centi, class centi, okay, and I'm opening the bracket, and then we have public static void main, we have string args, okay, and after the main function, just a small rectification in the main function, okay, just a small rectification. Here we have again, so again, since centigrade has so many things, I'll take it in double, double. Now understand what is the requirement here. C is our requirement and F is something that we have been given. So let us say convert a program, write a program to convert Fahrenheit into centigrade. So let us say we have been assigned 102 as a Fahrenheit, 102 Fahrenheit into centigrade. Okay, so how much is F? F is 102, and that's all that you need, and you're good to go. C is equal to, directly write F minus 32, okay, F minus 32 multiplied by, okay, F minus 32 multiplied by whole 5 divided by 9, okay, and you're good to go. That's it, and all you need to do is now print it. System dot out dot print, okay, in double quotes centigrade, in double quotes centigrade, okay, is equal to and plus C. Okay, that's it. That's it. That is it. All you need to do, and you're good to go. So here you need to close the main function, you need to close the class, and now I'm good to go to remove this question. I'll remove this. I'll go to file, I'll go to save as, I'll write senti.java and remove this text file to all files, and I'll just save it. Okay, I'll just save it, and then I'm gonna close it. Now let's go to our command prompt and check our Senti. Right, cd desktop. Okay, we are in the desktop now. Now in the desktop, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna compile my file senti.java. Right, now it's been compiled, and all I need to do is call the class of Java, that is Senti, and if you see, you get an output centigrade is equals to 102. Okay, centigrade is equal to 102. So you've got your output. Okay, you've got your output. So this is how you can do Java codes. And last but not the least, I'm gonna give you a small question so that we understand postfix and prefix also. Okay, so we'll go to command prompt, and let us say our x is 5, y is 10. Okay, x is 5, y is 10, and z is equal to 20. Okay, and the question here is, okay, solve the following to get a. Okay, and what is a? A is equal to plus x plus minus, okay, just a second, minus y. Okay, minus y plus z plus, okay, minus, okay, x or x minus. Okay, here we have to make it plus. I'm so sorry, I just saw this. Okay, and last, let's make it plus. Okay, y plus. So we all know how to do it, so let's get started. So we'll quickly create class. Okay, we'll create class solve, and we'll come here, we'll come to public static, okay, void main, okay, and string args. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create the variables. Int x is equals to 5. Okay, y, okay, let's say y is equal to 20. Sorry, it is 10. Okay, and we have z is equals to 20. Correct? Perfect. Now what I'm gonna do is I have to create another variable also, that is a, so that I can print a. Right, now below I'm just gonna copy whatever is above. Right, so I'm basically saying from here I'll copy, and here I'm gonna paste it. Plus x plus minus y plus z plus minus x minus plus y plus. Right, so this is my postfix. Now you can solve it manually and check your answers as well. Okay, you can solve it manually and check your answers as well, but let's do it quickly here. So system.out.print, okay, here inside I'll say the value is equal to plus a. That's perfect for us, and we are just going to close it, and we are going to close the main function, and we are going to remove the question, and all I need to do is save as, okay, solve.java, no text file, all files, and now we are just gonna save it. We're just going to save it. Okay, and if I close it, I'll get my solve class here. Now all I need to do is compile it, right, all of you? Yes, perfect. So cd desktop, okay, cd desktop, enter. Now java c, okay, java c, java compiler, solve.java, press enter, it's compiled, and java solve. So you get your value as 38, and hopefully it is correct. Okay, hopefully it is correct. So yes, this is all about this lecture, and I'm gonna see you in the next lecture. We'll be learning more detailed system defined functions for Java. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next lecture.